Just on it. I just lean into the microphone. That kind of. Hi. My name's Peter Dewey, but I'm guessing you already knew that. And I'm the inventor of the Dewey Decimal System. Its genius lies in its simplicity. You know, like a bonsai tree or a circuit board. Before I came around, the library was a war zone. It was just pure, unbridled chaos, like a pot of soup when you forget about it on the stove for a sec. The only reason anyone would ever go to the library was to view pornography on the public computers. And so I went in one day to do the same, and all these books were strewn about like a star collapsing in on itself. And I remember saying out loud, what are all these books doing around here? And in that moment, you know, I decided that something had to change. And if God wasn't going to do it, I guess I'm next in line. The knowledge was all already there. It just needed someone to guide it, to grab that lightning out of the air and wield it with a mighty fist of iron or steel. It's not exactly rocket science. If you want to find rocket science, I've got it written down somewhere. I don't know where. All the world's a stage, and I've categorized it according to genre. That's a quote of mine. You can quote me on that. Who is more important in the grand scheme of history, right? The Einstein who writes the book, or the person who distributes that knowledge to the unwashed, filthy masses? Without me, the great chain is broken. You know, the rings are rusted. The whole world falls into the bottom of the ocean like an old anchor, or a car battery, or one of those, you know, those like Lime scooters. What the fuck? What's up with those? Why is everyone on those? Like, is that new, or is that? When I speak at schools, you know, the kids always come up to me and they say, "I want to be like you, Dewey. I want to be like you." And I always tell them that can never happen. Because there's only one of me. Only one guy could have done what I did. And it happened to be me. I'm the guy. I'm the guy that did it. And it was only ever going to be me, always. For the first time, I was the one guy to do it. And to get it done. And that's what I tell them. That's what I say. Tough luck. Pull yourself up by your fruit roll-up straps, pal. They teach about me in schools, you know, like from a young age, from as early as primary school. Can you think of anyone else they might teach about in school? Maybe a man who made a sacrifice. Maybe a man who died on the cross for our sins. I'm not one to make comparisons, but maybe you should have a really big think about that. Can I smoke in here? Or is that when Prometheus stole fire from the gods? I remember thinking to myself, this is my type of guy. This is my brother. I'd like to chew the fat with him. People come up to me and they say, Dewey, you've taken these broad categories and you've assigned them a corresponding number. How is this any different from, you know, when you go to like a Chinese restaurant and there's the menu item, there's a little number 7 next to it, so you can say, I'll have the number 7. Or, you know, children play with like color-coded blocks, right? It seems, they say this is barely a system. This seems to just be essentially common sense. And I always respond the same way. How dare you speak to me? This life is not without its challenges. You know, it's not easy. I mean, it is, and it's easy for me, relatively to you, but you know, it's still not easy for me. If it's not easy for me, imagine how not easy it would be for someone like you, you know. And, you know, mistakes get made along the way in the pursuit of greatness, as all great men make their great mistakes when pursuing the grandiosity. That was a tough nut to crack. This one. Electric. Once you've reached the top of the mountain, there's nowhere to go but down. Really, I mean, by definition. It's hard to get better than the apex of human experience, of human invention. Um, I wish that the mountaintop was kind of flat and went for ages so I could just, I could walk around. I could walk around a little bit. I could have some walking around time on top of there, on the tippity top of that mountain. I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm fine. I know that when my time is up, my name will go down in the 8,000s. Or as you civilians like to call them, the history books. I asked the Guinness World Records to add a sex with librarians category, but they asked me to stop sending them letters.